So, do you know all the documents that you are going to need for your divorce ahead of time? I'm Jason Lavoie, aka the Divorce Resource Guy, and welcome to this episode of Divorce Tips That You Need to Know. I'm a former divorce attorney turned divorce coach, and I empower people to get through adversity by teaching them the information about divorce that they need to know so they can make the best decisions for their life. So, in today's video, we're going to talk about the documents that you are going to be needing to gather. And the more time you have to do it, the more in advance that you have to get started in this process, the better it will be when everything moves forward or when things start to hit the fan. And by no means is this an exhaustive list, but these are the basic documents that you should be thinking about and trying to get a hold of earlier than later so that when you go through the discovery period, you will be in good shape. So, what are we talking about? Let's start with credit card statements. I suggest try to get at least 3 months of credit card statements for all the credit cards that you have, mainly joint credit cards if you have them, okay? If you have access to these accounts and you're still in the stage of divorce where nothing's been filed yet and you haven't even told your spouse that you're ready to get divorced, this is the most ideal time to start gathering these documents. So, print them out. Keep an organized folder for everything. Organization is key when you're getting divorced. So, whether it's in actual folders, like paper file folders, I still like that personally. You could do it on the computer as long as you have, password protected computer system that you won't have to worry about somebody else accessing when things do start to hit the fan. But put them someplace where you can get access to them at a moment's notice or whenever somebody is going to ask you for these things. All right. 3 months credit card statements. That's a good start. Savings accounts, checking account, joint accounts, individual accounts, whatever you may have, same thing. Start off with, this time, go back 3 years, okay? That's a good start. You may have to go back farther during the divorce. You may not even need 3 years, but you don't know. That's a good general ballpark time frame because at some point in a contested divorce, you're going to have to probably discuss marital lifestyle. And what that means is how much money was coming in during the marriage, how much money was going out for expenses during the marriage. What do those numbers look like? So 3 years in checkings and savings, assuming income and expenses were going in and out and being paid from these accounts, that would provide that information. Okay? What else? Mortgage statements. What's the mortgage? HELOCs, if you have one of those. What is the debt that you owe on your house? What's the equity that you have on your house? Those are important information to know. So access those statements if you can. Investment accounts, extremely important. Do you know how many investment accounts even exist? You'd be surprised how many people don't even know what investment accounts they have because one of the spouses, not them, would be in control of it. And so they just deferred and, said, you take care of that, which was fine, except when you're getting divorced, now you need to know this stuff and you have no idea. So find out what investment accounts you have. Do you have access to these accounts online? If you do, print out a year's worth of statements, whatever you can, right? You don't have to go crazy. The most important thing is to, at this early stage, identify what accounts exist. And then later on, you could always get more statements for that account. But print out what you can at the beginning, and that way you have a good basic idea of what you were talking about as far as which accounts exist and how much are in those accounts. Retirement accounts, equally as important. Now, you may not have access to your spouse's retirement account online, but do you know, A, do they have a retirement account, and B, which retirement accounts they have? Do they have retirement accounts from former jobs that you don't know about? Where are those located? How much are in those? Are there pensions? You want to start to identify the assets that exist, and then later on in the divorce, you'll figure out who gets what. But you can only do that if you know what the marital pie is that needs to be divided. So get access to that if you can. And if you can't, that's fine. These are things that you can do up front to help you prepare for later, okay? Basically, that's what it's about. It's about preparing for your divorce. And so you are in the best position. So when you go through the discovery phase and you have an attorney, you'll be able to give your attorney the documents that they need, and you won't have to go searching and fighting about obtaining documents that you don't already have. So that's the basic point of this video. Earlier the better. Preparation. Start collecting all these documents while you can before stuff starts to hit the fan. I hope that was enjoyable. Please subscribe to the channel and like the video if you thought it was useful, and I'll be seeing you soon in the next video.